Here he is now, it's Gary Barlow!
Hey! Hey, everyone! What a wonderful intro. I love that.
It's amazing how many
Fabulous.
guests love their intros on the show. It's remarkable.
Why wouldn't you?
Yes, indeed. We put a lot of work into it, so the producer will be very pleased. Great to have you on the show.
Great. It's lovely to be second time on the show.
Well, welcome back. I was
you.
told today that this is your first Christmas album. How have you not done a Christmas album before now?
It's a good question. Yeah, it is my first Christmas album. I've never really been that interested in Christmas music. I've always enjoyed it around the festive time, but not really making it. However, I don't know how Christmas was for you guys last year, but we felt completely robbed of Christmas. We weren't allowed family members in our homes. We weren't allowed out at this point. I think we were in lockdown. It was just a really terrible time in the UK. And so what was happening was during sort of Boxing Day and the days following Christmas, I was sneaking in here and starting to write some Christmas songs to try and extend the Christmas period. And a few weeks later, I realized, wow, I'm in the middle of an album here. So it all sort of came as a response to being robbed of last Christmas. And we feel like this Christmas could be our biggest on record. Well, so we're really hoping.
So that's one possible explanation. Another is that you felt you just couldn't follow up on this.
Hello. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Now you can see why I've never made another Christmas album.
We'll give you a right of reply, Gary. However, are you going to demand that your songs and only your songs will be sung at Christmas, given that we are expecting it to be so much better than last year?
Oh, do you know what? I mean, the kids are having no choice this year. My album's going to be on the record player for sure. If I could just respond to that clip, I was 15 in 1986, and there was another young man. It was my first TV performance, and there was another young man singing his latest single on that show called Aled Jones, and we kept in touch over the years, and we've been waiting for an excuse to sing together. And we actually do a duet on this album all those years later.
Full circle.
That is brilliant. Another one of your mates, Robbie, I forget his surname, but he's done a few Christmas albums. Did you call him about the process and kind of go, do you mind if I get in on this?
Do you know what? We send each other our music. We've had our highs and lows over the years, me and Rob, but since we toured together in 2011, we have a great relationship now. We always send each other our music, even when it's not released. We're constantly sharing clips. But definitely had some tips off him. He said, make sure you record and write it over Christmas. I did write some of the songs over Christmas, but I ended up recording in the middle of May. Beautiful weather. Abbey Road Studios, it just didn't feel right. So all the orchestra wore tinsel and Santa hats on their head to make it feel like Christmas. So, no, it was good. It was fun.
Speaking of another friend of yours, your mate's with Michael Buble. You've done collabs with him. He's known as the Christmas crooner. Now, are you trying to keep your friends close but your enemies closer? Are you looking to take him down a peg?
You know what? That was 10 years ago that record was out. And I think it's possibly the biggest Christmas record of all time. So I don't think any of us have got a chance with him. But yes, you're right. I did get the chance to work with him last year. We've been friends for a long time. Brilliant guy. We have a lot of fun when we're together. Love Michael so much. But I'm afraid his Christmas album, my wife's favourite, by the way, will still be played in our house this Christmas.
Wow, that's a shame. Now, I'm amazed. So not only did you write a song for the Queen's Diamond Jubilee, we mentioned that, you organised the shindig. Where do you begin? When you have to organise the Queen's Diamond Jubilee?
So let me rewind just a little bit, because when we were recording that song for the Diamond Jubilee, we actually recorded the Melbourne Symphony Orchestra in the Opera House for that song.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we did some of it in Australia. And actually, sadly, I did watch your news. We did go up to the Solomon Islands, to Honai, to do some recording there as well. So I'm sad to see that news of that. But fast forwarding, yes, we did go on to do the concert when we came back. And it was in 2 years in the planning, the BBC with Buckingham Palace, and it was absolutely wonderful. My mum was so proud of me. It was amazing. But it was a brilliant concert. We had Stevie Wonder, Elton John, Paul McCartney, all the greats on there.
And speaking of those guys, you were named as the best British songwriter of all time. When you meet with those guys, did they congratulate you at all, or were they a bit pissed off?
That was my mum that named me that. So I've got to be careful. These polls, they're very misleading nowadays.
You sound like a politician. Don't believe the polls.
So politicians only say that when they lose from them. This is a very different case.
It's very strange.
Well, The Dream of Christmas is available from tomorrow. Gary, it's been such a pleasure speaking to you. Thank you very much for joining us.
Always. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you. And hello, everyone in Australia.